I caught my wife kissing another man in the bedroom at that party, and by dawn, she was on her knees at my door, tears streaming down her face. Be me, 31-year-old Benjamin Wilson. Living in Dallas, working as a software architect at a big tech company. Living what most would call a perfect life. Sitting in my living room at 11 p.m., glass of whiskey dangling between my fingers. Waiting in complete darkness. Hear the sound of heels clicking against marble floor. Sharp and precise. Know exactly who it is. Wife Claire walks in like she owns the place. Red dress hugging her body. Heavy scent of perfume filling the air. She's hours late. She freezes mid-step when she notices me. Something flickers across her face. Not guilt, though. Claire's too composed for guilt. Benjamin? Her voice is smooth, calculated. Why are you sitting here in the dark like this? You scared me. Can't help but laugh under my breath. Swirl amber liquid in my glass. You're late? She glances at the wall clock. It's not that late. Told you I was out with Lisa. Uses that tone, like I'm the crazy one. Like I'm suffocating her with questions. She brushes past me, kicks off her heels. Notice slight smear of lipstick on her jawline. Don't remember her wearing that shade when she left. Where were you really? Keep my voice eerily calm. She pauses. See her fingers twitch as she tucks hair behind her ear. I just told you. Interesting. Don't move from my spot. Because Lisa called me looking for you an hour ago. Complete silence fills the room. First crack in her story. Truth is, Lisa never called. Threw out the bait. She took it without hesitation. Claire freezes. Watch her throat move as she swallows hard. She recovers quickly. Too quickly. Claire's voice drips with irritation. You're unbelievable, Benjamin. Acts like I'm the one caught lying. I was at the cocktail bar next door for 20 minutes. Lisa must have left early and panicked when she didn't see me. What is your problem? Word liar rolls off her tongue like second nature. Almost let it go. Almost let myself believe her. Because it's easier than facing what I'm starting to suspect. Then I notice it. Faintest stain of cologne on her dress. Something expensive. Something that isn't mine. Don't push it right then. Let her think she won. Let her stomp upstairs. Listen to her muttering under her breath about how insane I'm being. That moment changes everything. The lie. The cracks. Feel something shift inside me. Cross a line I can't uncross. Next afternoon. Get invitation to a party. From Lisa again. One of those chaotic events Claire loves. Too many people. Too much alcohol. General sense of mayhem. Claire begs me to come. It'll be fun, Benjamin. We need this. Stare at her while she says it. Her smile is bright. Looks genuine. Like she hadn't lied to my face last night. Wonder if she thinks I'm stupid. Or if she just stopped caring whether I notice. Agree to go. Not for fun, though. Going to watch. Arrive at Lisa's house around 8. Walk in together. Doesn't take long for Claire to vanish. She always does at these things. This time I don't try to follow. Stay by the kitchen. Nursing a craft beer. Eyes tracking every movement in the room. Watch couples laugh. Strangers flirt. Friends stumble into conversations they'll forget tomorrow. Claire doesn't know I'm watching. Hour in, catch her reflection in a window. She's across the living room, phone clutched in her hand. Typing furiously. Every few minutes she glances up, looking toward the hallway, toward the back door, like she's waiting for something. Or someone. Stay where I am. Calm. Unmoving. Waiting. Then she slips outside. Wait full 5 minutes before following. Give her enough time to think she's safe. Finally step through the back door. Don't see her at first when I step outside. Air is cold and biting. Yard dimly lit by strings of fairy lights. Then I hear it. Her laugh. Low. Flirtatious. Intimate. Follow the sound. Lead me to far side of yard. Near tall bushes. The ones blocking view from house. That's when I see them. Claire. My wife. Standing way too close to some guy I don't recognize. Her hand resting on his chest. Body leaning into his face tilted up. Smiling at him. The way she used to smile at me. Can't hear what he's saying. Doesn't matter. Watch his lips brush her cheek. Whispering something in her ear. She turns to face him. They kiss. Can't move. Heart pounding so loud. Sure they'll hear it. But they don't. Too lost in their own world. Don't even know I'm there. Glass of craft beer slips from my fingers. Hits ground with muted thud. Claire jerks away. Her eyes wild and startled. Darting around in panic. Guy looks up confused. Don't stay for explanations. Turn around. Walk back through house. Leave without word. Claire doesn't come home that night. 9 a.m. next morning. Knock at door. Open it. There she is. Claire, makeup smeared across her face. Eyes red and puffy. Crying like her life depends on it. Benjamin, please. Her voice breaks. Just let me explain. She's shivering on porch. Tears streaming down face. Dripping off her chin. Like they might wash away what she did. Clutching her phone in one hand. Knuckles white. Holding it like it might anchor her to reality. Say nothing. Just stare at her. Standing in doorway, like some immovable gatekeeper. Benjamin, she whispers, voice trembling. Please let me explain. Her sobs start soft, delicate, practiced. Seen her cry before, over rough days at hospital, when life wasn't where she wanted it. But this isn't same. This is desperation. Question is, desperate for me? Or desperate for herself? Let her stand in cold for solid minute. Finally, step aside. Don't let her touch me as she walks in. Feel her gaze trying to catch mine. Avoiding eye contact. Living room exactly how I left it. Bottle of whiskey half empty on table. Glass still sitting where it was night before. Claire notices. Her lip quivers. Like she's discovered scene of tragedy. You didn't sleep, says it softly. Like she has right to be concerned about me. Sit down. My voice comes out hoarse. Sharper than intended. Wasn't proud of way it shook. Don't care anymore. Claire obeys. Perches on edge of couch, like waiting for verdict in courtroom. Wipes face with trembling hands. Mascara streaks remain, like evidence. Clear, undeniable. Stay standing, looking down at her. Who was he? Finally ask, cutting through her silence. Claire blinks up at me. Lips part but no words come. Caught. Mind scrambling for right answer. Something to make me back off. Something to put her back in control. Benjamin, it's not what you think. What do I think? Snap back. Voice suddenly sharp enough to make her flinch. Do you think I'm stupid, Claire? Do you think I didn't see you? I was there. I watched you kiss him. Her face drains of color. Opens mouth but no excuse comes. You're going to tell me everything. Continue. Voice low but vibrating with something can't contain. Everything. Who he is. How long this has been going on. Why you thought you could do this to me. And come home crying like your victim. Her tears start again. This time not soft. They're ragged. Messy. Benjamin, she chokes. Voice raw. Please. I made a mistake. A mistake? Bark out laugh. Bitter and sharp. A mistake is forgetting to pick up groceries. A mistake isn't kissing some guy in backyard, then staying out all night. She breaks under that. Hands fly up to cover face. Sobs louder now. Watch her shoulders shake. Frame small and pathetic in middle of room. Strange thing. Seeing someone you loved, trusted, reduced to this. But don't feel pity. Want answers. You're going to start talking, say quietly, or I'm going to start packing your things. Claire's hands drop. For first time that morning, something shifts in her expression. There, in middle of her tear-stained face, flash of something seen before. Not guilt, not sorrow. Anger. You want answers. She spits suddenly, voice breaking through sobs. You want to know what's going on, Benjamin? You're what's going on. Accusation hangs in air like slap. Blink at her. Stunned into silence. You sit there every night, laptop glued to your hands, working until 2 a.m. You're never here, Benjamin. You don't see me. You don't care about what I need or what I'm feeling. You've turned into ghost, and I'm supposed to what? Just accept that? Room feels like spinning. So this is my fault now? Ask with deadly calm voice. I don't know. She shouts, tears mixing with rage. Maybe it's both of us. Maybe we both gave up on each other. And you just didn't notice. You think this happened overnight? You think I wanted this? She's unraveling. Seen Claire lose temper before, but this is different. Like watching storm smash through glass house. Jagged and destructive. Shards flying everywhere. You chose this. Shot back, pointing finger at her. You, not me. I didn't kiss someone else. I didn't sneak around. Don't you dare try to twist this into something it's not. I didn't sleep with him. She screams suddenly, cutting through tension like knife. Her words hang in air, vibrating between us. Stare at her, chest heaving. Try to process words. And I'm supposed to believe that? Say finally, voice shaking. She slumps back against couch. Like fight drained out of her. You can believe whatever you want, Benjamin, she whispers. But I didn't. I swear to you. I didn't. Don't know if she's lying. Don't know if even care anymore. Who is he? Ask again, voice low. Almost defeated, Claire hesitates, stares down at her hands. Like answer might be written there. His name is Will, finally admits. Will. Repeat it slowly, like tasting something bitter. And how long has this been going on? She doesn't answer right away. 3 months, she whispers. That's it. Knees feel weak. Sink onto armchair across from her. As far from her as possible. Let weight of those words settle. Punching me in gut over and over again. 3 months. 90 days of my life. Of our life. Had been lie. Claire's sobs soften again. Getting quieter now. She's waiting for me to say something. But don't know what to say. Mind is blank space. Too full to process any of it. Finally look up at her. You need to leave. Claire's head snaps up. What? You heard me? Voice comes out flat. You're going to pack a bag and leave. Go stay with Lisa. Or Will. I don't care. Benjamin, please. Stand up. Cut her off. I need you out of this house. I need time to think. And right now I can't look at you. Her face crumbles. Don't let it sway me. Turn and walk out of room. Leave her there. With wreckage she created. Only thing can think, as shut bedroom door behind me, is how single night, one moment, could unravel entire life. Door clicks shut, but sound doesn't feel final. Claire's voice still muffled through walls. As she tries to plead, tries to reason. Like words could rewind clock. Stand there in bedroom, staring at unmade bed, where we used to sleep together. Now sheets look foreign, like they belong to strangers. Should feel something, anger, heartbreak, maybe even disgust. But instead there's nothing, just this heavy sinking void. Sitting in chest, then hear it. Dull thud against wall. Turn and listen. Another thud follows, along with Claire's frustrated sob. Know what she's doing. Pacing, probably. Throwing her bag together in hurry. But don't go out there. Stay planted in middle of our bedroom, staring at framed wedding photo, sitting on dresser. Taken 6 years ago, sun setting behind us. Claire leaning head on my shoulder, beaming at camera. Looks so sure in that picture. So certain about her. About everything. Feel sick? Grab frame. Turn it face down on dresser, before image burns itself deeper into mind. After what feels like hours, hear front door creak open. Benjamin. Her voice trembles, distant now, floating in from hallway. I'm going. I'll stay with Lisa. Silence stretches. She's waiting. Maybe thinks I'll call her back. Tell her we can fix this. But don't. Hear her sigh. Shaky, defeated sound. Before door clicks shut. House swallows noise. Like it been starving for peace. Next 24 hours pass in blur. Don't eat. Don't shower. Sit on couch. Let TV drone on in background. Mind keeps looping back. To that moment in yard. Claire's hand on his chest. Will. Don't know anything about him. Just a name. And way Claire said it. Like confession. At some point, start digging. Her phone is gone. But our shared laptop's still here. Not proud of what I do. But pride isn't in cards anymore. Open her email. Her messages. Anything I can find. And there it is. Can't wait to see you tonight. I'll find a way to slip out early. Will. Message is 3 weeks old. Buried under layers of harmless threads. Shopping receipts. Work schedules. Emails from her sister. Like rat hiding in basement. Scroll further. Stomach twisting tighter with every click. They'd been meeting at hotels. At bars. Claire had even told me she was picking up extra shifts. On nights she was probably tangled up with him. Slam laptop shut. So hard thought might break it. Hands shaking as sit back. Walls of living room closing in. Want to scream. To smash something. But all do is sit there. Teeth clenched so hard jaw aches. 3 months. 3 months of my life stolen. By stranger, I can't even put face to. Somehow that makes it worse. Later that evening, phone buzzes. Glance down at screen. Claire. Don't answer. Buzzes again and again. Then text. Benjamin, please. I need to talk to you. I can explain everything. She'd already tried to explain. All heard were excuses. Shut phone off. Toss it across couch. Stare blankly at ceiling. Doesn't stop there. Hour later, someone knocks at door. 3 sharp, insistent raps. Pulse spikes. Brain immediately screaming her name. Swing door open. Ready to tell Claire go to hell. But it isn't her. It's Lisa. Benjamin. Her tone firm and unfriendly. Like she'd already chosen side. Dark hair pulled back in ponytail. Stands there with arms crossed. Like about to lecture me. We need to talk. Why are you here? She doesn't answer right away. Instead looks past me. Checking to make sure Claire isn't inside. Then sighs. Shoulders slumping slightly. Claire's at my place. She's a mess, Benjamin. Won't stop crying. She didn't want me to come here. But figured someone had to. Bark out bitter laugh. You had to what exactly? Do you think you're here to do? Lisa doesn't flinch. Steps closer. Voice dropping. Look, I know you're angry. Angry? Cut her off. Voice rising. Lisa, I caught my wife cheating on me. Angry doesn't even cover it. She shakes head. You don't know whole story? That's what she keeps saying. And you know what? I don't care anymore. Benjamin, listen to me. Lisa pushes. It's not what you think. I know about Will. Way she says his name. Makes stomach turn again. Then why don't you tell me, Lisa? What is it? She hesitates. Just for a second. Then drops her arms. Looks me dead in eye. Will isn't some random guy. He's someone Claire knew. Before you two got married, words knock air out of me. Like gut punch. Heart thundering in ears. What? I don't know everything, Lisa admits. But he's from her past. I didn't even know they were talking again. Until recently. She swore to me nothing serious happened, said it was just stupid mistakes. But Benjamin, she trails off, face softening. She's not okay. And neither are you. You both need to figure this out. Can't even process what she's saying. Stare at Lisa. Fists clenched so tight, nails dig into palms. Claire's past. Will. Some piece of her life she'd kept buried. Like landmine, waiting for me to step on. Lisa's still talking, but can't hear her anymore. Only thought pounding through head. What else don't I know? For first time realize. Worst part isn't kiss. It isn't even lies. It's that married woman. I didn't really know at all. Lisa leaves not long after, dropping that bombshell, leaving me alone, with silence of house and noise in head. Will isn't some random guy. He's someone Claire knew before you two got married. Words circle me like vultures. The past. Always thought Claire's past was exactly that. Past. She wasn't exactly closed book, but there were pages she didn't let me read and hadn't pressed. Never saw the need. Maybe that was my mistake. Sit on edge of couch, phone in hand, staring at Claire's name and messages. Have million questions. Hate that only person who can answer them. Is same person who shattered my trust? Tell me about Will. Don't lie. Hit send before can talk myself out of it. Minute passes, then another. Phone vibrates. Claire. Benjamin, please let me call you. Me. Answer the question. Silence, then Claire. We dated before you and me. It was long time ago. Feel blood drain from face. As read those words. Me. Define dated. Takes longer for her to reply. When she does. Words slice through me like glass. Claire. We were serious for a while. But he cheated on me. It ended badly. Haven't seen him since. Until a few months ago. Cheated on her. Grip on phone tightens. Irony almost makes me laugh. So this was Will. Guy who'd once broken her. And now years later, she'd brought him back into our lives. Like poisonous ghost. Slam phone onto coffee table. Screen lights up one more time. Another message. Claire, I didn't mean for this to happen. I swear to you, Benjamin. Didn't mean for it to happen. That was supposed to make it better. Like her stumbling back into his arms. Was some accident. Some force of nature she couldn't control. Stand up abruptly. Start pacing living room. Like trapped in cage. Mind spiraling into memories don't want. First time Claire told me she loved me. Night I proposed. Morning we signed papers for this house. All those moments felt so solid back then. Now they feel hollow. Like cheap props on stage. What other pieces of her life had she hidden? How much of our foundation was built on cracks? Don't sleep that night. At some point find myself in kitchen, nursing fourth glass of water. Air feels still. Too still. Like house itself holding its breath. Then phone buzzes again. A call. Claire. Let it ring once, twice, 3 times. On fourth pickup, what? Voice comes out cold. Barely word. For a second, there's silence. Can hear her breathing on other end, shaky and uneven. Benjamin, her voice breaks. I know you hate me right now, but you have to understand, I didn't go looking for him. He showed up. Don't say anything. So she keeps going, like has to fill silence. I ran into him at that coffee shop, near the hospital. Hadn't seen him in years. Didn't even recognize him at first. But he recognized me. Swallow, throat feeling dry. And what? You just picked up where you left off? You let guy who cheated on you walk right back into your life? Claire's breath hitches. No, it wasn't like that. I didn't plan for this, Benjamin. There it is again. Mutter. Cutting her off. I didn't plan for this. Like your lips just accidentally fell onto his... At that party. I messed up. She chokes. I know I did, but it's not as simple as you think. Seeing him, being around him, it made me question everything. I don't know what's wrong with me. Stare at dark kitchen cabinets. Hand clenching phone so tight. Might break it. What do you mean, everything? Us. Claire doesn't answer right away. Silence hits harder than any word could. I don't know. She whispers finally. So soft, almost miss it. Feel something shatter inside. Like pane of glass. Collapsing under own weight. You don't know? Repeat. Voice quiet but razor sharp. You don't know if you love me anymore? After 7 years? Benjamin, I hang up. Next morning, wake up on couch. Stiff neck. Same hollow ache in chest. Phone buzzes constantly. Missed calls. Texts. All Claire. Ignore them. By noon, at my brother's place. Lucas lives few miles out of town. Little rental. Looks like held together by duct tape and hope. But it's his. And it's quiet. Exactly what need. Lucas opens door. Takes one look at me. Shakes head. Damn, bro. You look like hell. Feel worse. Mutter. Stepping inside, leads me to kitchen. Hands me beer. No questions asked. That's why here. Lucas doesn't push. Lets me talk when ready. After about 20 minutes of silence, finally, say it flatly. Staring at label on beer bottle. 3 months. With some guy from her past. Lucas whistles low under his breath. Jesus. She said she didn't sleep with him. Continue. But don't know if believe her. I caught them at party. Lucas leans back in chair. Frowning. You think she's lying about it? Shake head. Don't know. Don't even know if it matters anymore. Lucas quiet for a moment. Before speaking again. His tone careful. So what now? Exhale slowly. Question feels heavy. Don't know. Told her to leave. She's at Lisa's, but keeps calling. Saying she wants to fix things. And do you want to look up at him? How do you fix something like this? Lucas doesn't have answer. Neither do I. What a no, though. Is that whatever Claire and I used to have? Trust, love, certainty is gone. Even if tried to glue pieces back together, cracks would always be there. Worst part, don't know if more angry at her for breaking us or at myself for still caring. Thing no one tells you about betrayal, how it takes over your mind. Like virus, it's relentless. Can't sleep. Because every time close eyes see them, her with someone else. Can't eat because stomach knots up. With realization that life thought was living wasn't real. And worst of all, can't escape questions. The what ifs, the whys. Spend next few days at Lucas's, crashing on his busted old couch. He doesn't pry, but can feel him watching. Out of corner of eye, probably wondering how much longer. I'll sit there, staring into space. Want to get up? To fix myself. But it's like being buried under cement. On third day, Claire calls again. Don't know why pick up. Maybe looking for answers. Maybe want to hear her crack. To admit everything, so can finally decide. What hell to do next? Benjamin, her voice soft, has edge, like doesn't know which version of me she'll get on other end. Don't say anything. She takes it as sign to keep going. I know you don't want to hear this right now, but I can't just sit here and not try. I can't let us end like this. Words sting more than want them to. Us? Say voice low. There hasn't been an us for months, Claire. You killed that. The minute you let him back into your life, she chokes on breath. I made mistake, Benjamin. One mistake. Stop calling it that. Snap. Grip on phone tightening. Stop acting like you tripped and fell into his arms. You chose him, Claire. You chose to see him, to talk to him, to can't even finish sentence. And now you want to act like this is something we can patch up with conversation. Her silence cuts through me. Can hear her breathing on other end, shaky and uneven, like teetering on edge. I'm sorry, she whispers. I don't know what else to say. I was confused. Confused? Bark out bitter laugh. Confused about what, Claire? About whether or not you wanted to blow up our marriage? Did you wake up one day and forget you're married to me? Or did you just not care? Line goes quiet. For second thinks she might have hung up. But then she speaks, voice brittle and low. I didn't go looking for him, Benjamin. She says, but when I saw him again, it brought everything back. The way I felt before he hurt me. Before everything fell apart. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to prove something to myself. That I could, she trails off. That you could what? Demand. Every word cutting like knife. Prove that you still had his attention. That he still wanted you? Is that what this was? No, she shouts suddenly. Crack in her voice so sharp, it startles me. It wasn't about him. It was about me, Benjamin. It was about everything. I feel like I've lost. I love you, but I've been drowning. I don't know how to explain it. Her words hit like gut punch, knocking wind out of me. So your solution was to cheat on me? I didn't plan for this, she says again, quieter this time, like she hated words. Even as they left her lips, whisper almost to myself. We both go quiet then. Air between us thick, with everything unsaid. Can hear her crying, soft and broken. But don't feel sorry for her. Not anymore. You don't get to cry, Claire. Say finally, voice cold. You don't get to sit there and play victim. When you're one who did this, I know, she says softly. I need you to know that it wasn't about you. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I don't know how I let it get this far. Run hand down face. Exhaustion finally catching up. It is about me. You don't get to decide that it's not. You took something from me that I can't get back. And I don't think you even understand what that means. I do understand, she whispers, voice cracking. And I hate myself for it. Good, say bluntly. Line goes quiet again, her silence heavy and final. After long pause, she whispers, what happens now, Benjamin? Don't answer right away. Don't know. Everything feels like ash, burned beyond recognition. I need time. Say finally. And I need you to leave me alone. She doesn't argue, doesn't beg. Hear her exhale shakily. Before saying okay, hang up without another word. That night, Lucas finds me outside, on his porch, staring into dark. It's late. Air is cold, but don't care. Don't feel anything anymore. Lucas sits down next to me, hands me beer without saying anything. We sit in silence for a while, before he finally speaks. You don't have to decide everything right now. You know, but whatever you do, you have to do it for you. Not her, not anyone else. Nod slowly, eyes fixed on empty street ahead. I keep asking myself what I did wrong. Admit, voice barely audible. What I missed, why I wasn't enough. Lucas turns to look at me, frowning. Don't do that, man. Don't put this on yourself. She made her choices, and they're on her, not you. I know. Say, though words feel hollow. We sit there longer, night wrapping around us, like heavy blanket. Think about Claire. Her tears, her excuses. Years we'd spent together, that now felt tainted. Don't know what future looks like. Don't know if can forgive her, or if even want to. But one thing is clear. Whatever us was, it's gone. All that remains now are ashes and echoes of what used to be. Morning after Claire's call. Wake up on Lucas's couch again. Neck twisted at bad angle. Blanket half on floor. Stare at ceiling for a while. Trying to piece myself together. But mind won't let me rest. Feels like she's still there. Claire, haunting room like unseen ghost. Her voice, her face, way she looked at me. Last time saw her. By noon, no, can't sit here anymore. Walls of Lucas's place, as quiet as they are. Feel too close, too claustrophobic. Need to do something, anything, to pull myself out of spiral. Decide to go back to house. Haven't been there. Since told Claire to leave, though dread seeing place. Where everything fell apart, can't avoid it forever. Drive feels longer than should. Closer get to house. Heavier chest feels like something pressing down. Finally pull into driveway. Sit in car for a minute, gripping steering wheel. Staring at front door. Everything looks exactly same, but doesn't feel same. Air inside house is stale, empty. Walk through living room slowly. Shoes echoing on hardwood floor. Place is frozen in time. Claire's shoes still kicked off near door. Where she'd left them last. Mug sits on kitchen counter, like she might come back. Pick it up any second, but she won't. Not yet. Move through house and days, feeling like stranger. In my own life, end up in bedroom. Hand hesitating on doorknob. Before pushing it open, bed is made now. Don't know why notice that first, but do. Before she left, Claire must have taken time to fix it. Like that somehow erased what had happened. Sink onto edge of mattress, burying face in hands. Silence so thick, it's deafening. Don't know how long sit there. Before eyes drift to nightstand. Claire's nightstand. There, half hidden behind stack of books. Small red notebook. Stare at it, chest tightening. Seen that notebook before. Claire always said it was where she scribbled. Work notes, little reminders, grocery lists, nothing important, she used to say. But now not sure believe anything she told me anymore. Against better judgment, reach for it. Pages soft, worn at edges, like she'd flipped through them 100 times. Hands trembling as open it, half hoping find something innocent. Something that proves instincts wrong, but don't on third page see it. His name, Will, entry isn't long, but enough to make blood turn ice cold. Saw him again today, Will. Thought I'd forgotten what he looked like. But second I saw him, it all came back. He smiled at me like no time had passed. And I felt, I don't know, alive. That's not fair to Benjamin, I know it's not. But I don't know how to stop feeling this way. Shut notebook so fast. Feels like might snap in two. Pulse hammering in ears as stare at cover. Hands gripping it so tight. Knuckles turn white. Alive. That word echoes in mind. Louder and louder, until think might scream. She felt alive with him. What did that make me? What did that make us? A slow death? A cage she wanted to escape? Stand up abruptly. Chair scraping against floor. As shove notebook back into nightstand. Breaths coming fast. Uneven. As stumble back into living room. Drop onto couch. Try to calm myself down. But can't. Betrayal isn't just in kiss. Or lies. Or secrets. It's in truth. Truth of what Claire had been feeling. Hiding right under my nose. For God knows how long. Hours later, as sun starts to set, phone buzzes again. Don't even need to look at screen. It's Claire. Stare at it for a long time before answering. This time not shouting, not angry, just feel empty. What could she possibly say now? That would make any of this okay? What felt good for soul lately? Nothing. But not anyway. One slice. Apple or cherry? Waitress asks. She leaves. Sip my coffee. bitterness grounding me. That's when phone buzzes. Stare at it, half expecting Claire's name. But isn't her this time. It's Lucas. Lucas, hey, doing okay? You still alive? Or should I come dig you out? Smirk faintly. Shake head. For all his bluntness, Lucas has been my anchor through this. Don't have energy to respond. Just send back. Me, alive, barely? Almost immediately, phone buzzes again. Lucas, good. Let me know when you're ready. To drink about it. Set phone face down. Lean back against booth, staring at nothing. Waitress returns moment later. Sliding slice of cherry pie in front of me. It's warm, crust golden and flaking at edges. Enjoy, hon. She says. For a moment, her voice sounds like my mom's. Like someone who just wants me to eat something. And stop looking like ghost. By time get home that evening, house feels different. Empty, but not in haunting way. More like someone open window. After years of keeping it closed. Drop keys on table. Stand there for a moment. Letting stillness settle around me. Eyes drift to corner. Where Claire's boxes had been. Now they're gone. Room feels bigger somehow. Like there's space to breathe again. But that's the thing about clearing out space. It makes room for everything else. You've been avoiding. Sit on edge of couch. Staring at floor. As let questions return. Where did we go wrong? Was it my long hours at work? Her quiet frustrations she never told me about? Nights we spent together but apart? Pretending everything was fine? Spent so much time blaming her. Hadn't allowed myself to look in mirror. That didn't mean she wasn't at fault. Didn't mean what she did was forgivable. But marriage doesn't collapse from one person's weight. It cracks slowly, quietly, until smallest push shatters everything. She said she felt like she was drowning. Hadn't seen it, hadn't noticed. And for that, feel something new creeping into anger. Regret. That night, pull open drawer in kitchen, where used to keep junk, bills, pens, takeout menus. Dig through it until find what looking for. Small envelope, unopened, with Claire's handwriting on front. Birthday card. She'd given it to me 2 months ago, but we'd gotten into argument that morning over something stupid. Me forgetting to fix sink. Her rolling her eyes. Never opened it. Shoved it in drawer. Let it sit there, like silent protest. Hold it in hands now. Chest tight. Carefully open flap. Pull out card. Front is simple. Just photo of mountain range. Words to many more adventures. Inside, her handwriting fills space. Benjamin, I know I'm not always easy to love. I'm stubborn, and I'm impatient, and I push too hard when I shouldn't. But I need you to know that through everything, every fight, every rough day, you're still person I want by my side. You make me feel safe. You make me feel seen. I'm so proud of life we've built. Even when I don't always say it out loud, I love you. I love us. Happy birthday, Benjamin. Claire, set card down on table. Stare at it for a long time. Vision blurring. That was hardest part of all this. Knowing that what we had was real ones. Love it. Connection. It wasn't some lie she told me. It just wasn't enough to stop her from falling apart. Maybe that's what life is sometimes. You love someone. Give them everything you have. And it's still not enough to save them. But that didn't mean couldn't save myself. Next morning, wake up early. Clean house top to bottom. Throw out everything don't need. Empty bottles. Clutter. Reminders of life that no longer fits. It isn't solution, but feels like start. Then for first time in weeks, grab jacket. Lock front door. Step outside into cold air. Don't know where going yet. But know one thing. Not going to let this destroy me. Life I'd known was over. But maybe, just maybe, that meant could build something new. One step at a time. First thing do that morning. Drive to hardware store. Feels random. Impulsive even. But no, couldn't spend another day. Wandering through hollow rooms. If house going to be mine again. Need to change it. Need to change it myself. Inside, wander through aisles. Let smell of fresh wood and paint soothe me. Grab supplies haven't touched in years. Sandpaper, brushes, few cans of deep blue paint. Looks nothing like dull beige. Claire had picked when first moved in. Fill cart with purpose. Like every brushstroke could scrub away. Ghost of our marriage. Lingering in corners of house. Back home. Push all furniture to center of living room. Throw old sheet over it. Start on walls with every roll of paint. Space looks less like ours, more like mine. Walls I'd shared with Claire, where she hung pictures. Picked curtains, rearranged furniture, are disappearing one layer at a time, and it feels good. By time first wall done, arms ache, clothes splattered with blue, sweat dripping down back of neck. But don't stop. Turn on music. Something loud and gritty. Keep going. Sound drowning out thoughts. Somewhere between coats of paint. Lucas texts. Lucas, you alive, man? Haven't heard from you today. Me, yeah. Painting the house. Lucas, seriously. Who are you? Bob the Builder? Smirk. Send back quick reply. Me. Something like that. Needed to make this place mine again. Long pause before his response. Lucas, proud of you, man. Keep going. Don't know why, but those words hit harder than expected. Keep going. It wasn't advice. It wasn't pity. Just Lucas, standing quietly in my corner, cheering me on. When wasn't sure how to cheer for myself. Takes 3 days to finish living room. 3 days of sanding, painting, dragging every ounce of frustration and pain. Across those walls, sore, bruised, perpetually covered in specks of paint. But room is mine now. Dull beige gone, replaced with dark blue. That reminds me of late nights and quiet spaces. Collapse onto couch on final night, staring at work. With mix of pride and exhaustion, room still empty, no photos. No decorations, but that feels right. Blank slate, first time in weeks. Let myself breathe. On fourth day, Lucas shows up unannounced again. With 2 six-packs in hand. You're relentless, say his open door, stepping aside to let him in. He grins, kicking off shoes. You think I'm going to let you hermit in here forever? Nah, man. Let's see this masterpiece. Lead him into living room. Suddenly self-conscious of space. Spent days buried in. Lucas whistles low as looks around. Damn. Looks like whole new house. That was point. Mutter, shoving hands into pockets. He drops onto couch, cracking open beer. You know some guys would have just gone on 3-week bender or bought motorcycle. But nope, you turned into freaking DIY wizard. Roll eyes. Sit down across from him. It was cheaper than therapy. Lucas takes sip of beer, watching me carefully. How you feeling though? For real? Pause, staring at walls spent hours painting. Better, I think. Still angry. Still, I don't know. Shit, that's normal, Lucas says. You don't just forget 7 years overnight. Doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Nod slowly. He isn't wrong. Anger started to cool, replaced by something quieter. Dull ache, like bruise fading, but still tender to touch. Don't miss Claire. Not really. Miss idea of her. Version of us that worked. One thought would last forever. Sometimes I think about what I could have done differently. Admit, voice low. Like maybe if I'd paid more attention or said something sooner, it wouldn't have fallen apart. Lucas shakes head. You can't think like that. Look, maybe there were cracks before Will, but she made choice to cheat. Benjamin, not you. Don't carry her guilt. On top of your own. Swallow hard, nodding again. Yeah, Lucas continues, grinning suddenly. You've already got 1 foot out of grave. Most guys would still be lying face down, in bed, rewatching their wedding video, and crying into pizza box. Snort. Glad to know bar is so low, Lucas laughs, raising his beer. To new beginnings, man. Whatever hell they look like, clink my bottle against his. For first time in weeks. Smile, real smile. Not forced, not bitter. That night, after Lucas left, sit alone in living room again. House is quiet, but this time silence doesn't feel heavy. Pick up phone. Scroll through contacts. Until find Claire's name. Hover over it for second. Thumb hesitating. Not going to call her. Not because hate her. Don't anymore. And not because miss her. Just don't need her. To fill silence. Open text thread. Type out message. Don't plan to send. I hope you find what you're looking for, Claire. I'm going to be okay. Stare at it for long moment. Then delete draft. Set phone down. Don't need her to know. That I'll be okay. Just need me to know it. Stand up. Stretching. Glance around room. It isn't finished yet. Still other walls to paint. Furniture to replace. New memories to create. But it's start. Walk out onto back porch. Sit on steps. Breathing in cool night air. Stars clear above me. Scattered across dark sky. Like tiny quiet reminders that life goes on no matter how broken it feels, and maybe just maybe so would I.